Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and focus on what really moves the needle. Today, we're tackling something huge. A multi-billion-dollar industry built on, well, promises.
Yeah.
What if we told you there's a natural food so you probably walk past every day that could stop muscle loss almost instantly? No pricey supplements needed.
Yeah, we're diving deep into how simple whole foods might just be way more powerful than all those processed protein powders for keeping muscle strong, especially as we get older. Our mission today, to really uncover the why, what specific compounds, what natural teamwork is happening in these foods that makes them work so well, maybe even faster than the powders grooms. Okay, let's get into it. The supplement industry, wow, they've really hammered home the idea that powders are essential, right? Particularly for aging muscle. You see the ads. But our sources are pointing a different way, a more sort of natural path. So are these powders maybe not the magic bullet they claim to be?
That's a really great starting point. And yeah, our deep dive suggests we need to look closer. The thing is, most protein powders are heavily processed, like really heavily. And that processing, it strips away a lot. You lose those natural compounds, phytonutrients, enzymes, tiny helpers that your body actually uses with the protein to build muscle effectively.
So you get the protein, but it's kind of naked, missing its support team.
Exactly. It's isolated. And then you often find they're packed with artificial sweeteners, things that can mess with your gut. Plus synthetic vitamins.
Which the body doesn't always recognize easily.
Right. They can be harder to absorb properly. And we hear it all the time, especially from older folks, the bloating, the gas, the stomach upset after drinking these shakes. It really suggests our bodies aren't, designed for these factory-made things. Powders give you protein, sure, but they miss that whole symphony, that full orchestra of nutrients you get from real food.
So it's about the form of the protein and everything that comes with it naturally, not just the grams on the label. We've been sold a bit of an incomplete story, maybe.
I think that's a fair way to put it. That idea of the full orchestra versus just one instrument really captures the difference.
Okay, so if powders have these issues,
Yeah.
the processing, the missing bits, the potential gut problems, what makes whole foods genuinely better? What's the positive advantage beyond just avoiding the downsides?
It really boils down to this concept called food synergy. Think about it like this. That scoop of powder, it's like hearing a violin play solo. It's nice, but whole food is the entire orchestra playing together. The vitamins, the minerals, the fiber, the antioxidants, they don't just sit there next to the protein. They interact. They boost each other. They create effects you just can't get from an isolated powder.
Right, the sum is greater than the parts.
Yeah.
Can you give an example, like how do these co-actors, as you call them, actually help the protein do its job better?
Absolutely. Take magnesium. Crucial for hundreds of things in the body, including protein synthesis, actually building the muscle. You won't find that naturally in your whey isolate tub, but find it in, say, black beans alongside their protein. Now, the protein has a key helper it needs right there, ready to go. Real foods come with this built-in support crew. And then there's the protein structure itself. In whole foods, it's in its natural state, the way our bodies evolved to digest it. A lot of powders use high heat, which can actually damage or denature the protein, potentially making it less effective.
Ah, okay. So our bodies are just better equipped to handle the real deal.
Precisely. And think about how nutrients are released. Whole foods tend to give you a slower, steadier supply. Powders often hit fast, which sounds good, but the effect can be short-lived. That steady release from food offers longer protection against muscle breakdown. That's huge, especially if you're older and maybe don't eat as often.
And let's be real here. Taste matters for sticking with something, right?
Yeah.
Nobody gets excited about another kind of chalky shake day after day.
Oh, absolutely. Enjoyment is key. If eating healthy feels like a punishment, you're not going to keep it up. A delicious meal made with these powerful whole foods, that's something you actually look forward to. It's sustainable.
It really sounds like our bodies are just fundamentally designed for whole foods. Okay, let's dive into the specifics then. Our deep dive found some real surprises. First up, ricotta cheese. Really, almost nobody talks about that for muscle.
I know, it sounds unlikely, doesn't it? But ricotta holds a fascinating secret. It actually has the highest natural concentration of whey protein found in any whole food.
Higher than, like, milk itself.
Higher concentration, yes. But here's the kicker. It's natural whey, not the isolated processed stuff in powders. It's sitting there with its natural partners, fats, minerals. This natural packaging makes it incredibly bioavailable. Your body knows exactly what to do with it, and it works fast. That way, it hits your bloodstream quickly, sending this immediate signal, stop breaking down muscle.
Wow, okay, so like an emergency brake for muscle loss.
Right.
And you mentioned it works within minutes. Some sources claim, what, 30 minutes?
That's what some research suggests, yes. Reversing muscle loss signals that quickly. And here's why. Ricotta is packed with leucine, about 3 grams per cup. Leucine is famous as the master switch for muscle building. High leucine levels basically flip the switch from breakdown to buildup.
Okay.
Ricotta also has albumin-think egg white protein, but it's in a form that seems easier to digest for many. Plus, you get calcium lactate, which is absorbed faster than many calcium supplements and is vital for muscle contraction.
And it's naturally soft, easy to eat, probably doesn't cause the same bloating, and cheap, under $2, you said.
Often, yeah. It's kind of a hidden gem. Creamy, versatile, powerful.
That's amazing. Okay, from creamy cheese to something totally different. A food that isn't even high protein, but is still a major muscle protector. Watermelon. This one really surprised me.
Yeah, watermelon's power isn't protein, it's something else. Citrulline. It's the richest natural source. Your body converts citrulline into arginine and then into nitric oxide.
Ah, nitric oxide.
Yeah.
The blood flow booster.
Exactly. Nitric oxide relaxes and opens up blood vessels, so you get more oxygen, more nutrients delivered right to your muscles when they need it. And, importantly, it helps clear out waste products like lactic acid that cause soreness and fatigue.
So it helps you recover faster.
Significantly. Some studies show it can cut muscle soreness by up to 40%, speed up recovery almost by half. That's huge, especially for older adults where circulation might naturally be a bit slower.
Wow. 40% reduction in soreness.
And it's not just citrulline. Watermelon's got more potassium per wedge than a banana, great for muscle function, preventing cramps. It's packed with lycopene, that antioxidant usually associated with tomatoes, but watermelon has even more. Lycopene helps shield muscle cells from damage.
Okay.
Plus, its natural sugars are great for replenishing energy after activity. Best time to eat it, maybe an hour before exercise or right after.
I definitely just thought of it as hydrating and refreshing.
Yeah.
Now I see it as a recovery tool. Okay, next up, a pantry hero. Convenient, complete, canned salmon.
Canned salmon, yes. Especially the wild-caught pink or sockeye. It's a fantastic package. You get around 25 grams of really high-quality, complete protein in a small can.
That's a good chunk of protein right there.
It is, but the magic goes beyond the protein. It's loaded with omega-3s, EPA, and DHA. And these do something really cool, especially in older muscles. They seem to make the muscle cells more sensitive to the protein you eat.
More sensitive, meaning?
Meaning you actually build more muscle from the same amount of protein. It's like the omega-3s unlock the door for the protein to get in and do its work more effectively. Research backs this up. Older adults eating omega-3 rich fish tend to maintain muscle better.
That's fascinating, making the protein work harder for you.
Exactly. And don't forget the bones. In canned salmon, they're soft and edible.
Right, you can just mash them in.
And you should. They're packed with easily absorbed calcium, phosphorus, even some natural vitamin D3, all critical for muscle strength and function. Add astaxanthin, the antioxidant that gives salmon its pink color. It protects muscle tissue from stress.
And it's so convenient. No cooking needed, shelf stable, pretty affordable too.
Around $3 a can often.
Ooh.
Hard to beat that convenience and nutrient density.
Okay, moving on. This next one, whole eggs. We've heard so much back and forth, yolk in, yolk out, but the science now seems clear.
Very clear. The yolk is where so much of the magic happens for muscle. Forget just the whites. Studies have actually shown eating whole eggs after a workout builds about 40% more muscle than eating the equivalent protein from just egg whites.
40% more, just by including the yolk.
Yep, because the yolk contains unique compounds, lipids, vitamins, other factors that seem to amplify the muscle-building signal from the protein. It's synergy again. Eggs also have, essentially, a perfect protein quality score, a biological value of 100. Your body can use almost all of it.
Gold standard protein.
Truly. And the yolk delivers vitamin D for muscle function, choline for nerve-muscle communication, vitamin A, plus these specific clusters of leucine-rich proteins that work better than isolated leucine.
So the whole package is just designed better. What about the cholesterol? People still worry.
For most people, dietary cholesterol in eggs isn't the villain it was made out to be. In fact, cholesterol is needed to produce hormones like testosterone, which is important for maintaining muscle mass as we age.
Right.
And a cool bonus, eating eggs with veggies helps you absorb more of the fat-soluble vitamins, like vitamin A and K, from those vegetables, up to 7 times more in some studies.
So eggs help your veggies work better too. Okay, Grandma was right. Eat the whole egg. Now, speaking of things that work overnight, kefir, the fermented drink, how does that help muscle while you sleep?
Kefir is fascinating for nighttime muscle protection. First, it's bursting with probiotics, way more diverse strains than yogurt, like up to 60 different kinds.
Oh.
These good microbes support muscle health through the gut muscle axis. They reduce inflammation, help your body utilize nutrients better. It's a whole communication network.
The gut muscle connection.
And the protein in kefir is special. It's largely casein, but it's also partially pre-digested by the fermentation process. That makes it easier to absorb, especially helpful for older digestive systems. But the real nighttime magic is the casein itself. It forms a sort of gel in your stomach, leading to a really slow, steady release of amino acids for up to 7 hours.
7 hours. So it's like a timed release protein drip for your muscles all night.
Exactly. It feeds your muscles continuously, preventing that breakdown that typically happens when you're fasting overnight during sleep. Plus, kefir provides peptides that can lower blood pressure and inflammation. And fermentation creates vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form.
Which helps calcium go to the right places, like muscles and bones.
Precisely, not into your arteries. Kefir is a multitasking marvel for muscle health.
Incredible. An overnight repair crew. Okay, let's tackle plant protein assumptions. Black beans. Good protein source, yes, but what makes them a muscle primer?
Black beans are great. About 18 grams of protein per cooked cup, but their power goes way beyond that. They're rich and resistant starch.
The fiber that feeds gut bacteria.
Yes, and those happy gut bacteria produce butyrate. Butyrate is a short-chain fatty acid that's getting a lot of attention because studies show it can directly protect muscle tissue and even improve strength.
So, feeding your gut helps your muscles directly.
It does. And black beans have this cool second meal effect. Eating them seems to improve how well your body uses protein, not just from the beans themselves, but also from the next meal you eat. It primes your system.
Whoa, that's neat. Like a pregame pep talk for your protein metabolism.
Kind of. Plus, they're loaded with folate, over half your daily need in a cup, vital for building new cells, including muscle cells. And magnesium, essential for hundreds of muscle processes like energy production and protein synthesis. Can't build muscle well without enough magnesium.
Right.
And don't forget the anthocyanins, those dark pigments like in blueberry. They're powerful antioxidants that fight muscle damage. Plus, the fiber helps keep blood sugar stable, preventing spikes that can trigger muscle breakdown.
So much more than just plant protein. It's a whole system. Okay, another root vegetable surprise. Beets. How do beets help muscle?
Beets are fantastic for muscle function, largely thanks to nitrates. They're one of the absolute best natural sources of dietary nitrates. Your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide. We talked about this with watermelon.
Right, the blood flow booster.
Exactly. But beets are even more potent here. They can boost blood flow to muscles by up to 20%. More oxygen, more nutrients, better waste removal. Studies actually show beet consumption can improve muscle efficiency by about 16%. That means your muscles can do the same amount of work using less energy, so less fatigue, less damage.
That's a significant improvement in efficiency.
It really is. Beets also contain unique anti-inflammatories called betalins. They give beets that deep red color. These specifically target muscle inflammation, which is a known driver of age-related muscle loss.
Okay.
Their natural sugars provide steady energy, and they contain betaine, a compound that actually helps your body produce creatine naturally.
Whoa, natural creatine production. That's a big deal for strength.
It is, especially as natural creatine levels can decline with age. Eating beets, particularly before activity, can really enhance stamina and muscle protection.
Beets are definitely moving up my grocery list. Okay, last one. Small fish, big impact. Sardines and olive oil.
Sardines are little nutritional powerhouses, especially packed in olive oil. You get about 23 grams of high-quality protein per small can.
Similar to the salmon?
Yep. But sardines shine in other areas, too. They are one of the very best food sources of vitamin D. You can get up to 70% of your daily needs from one can. And low vitamin D is strongly linked to muscle weakness and loss.
Okay, huge vitamin D boost.
Massive. Plus, like salmon, they're packed with omega-3s in that natural, ready-to-use form, fighting inflammation, making muscles more sensitive to protein.
And the olive oil helps?
Yes. The healthy fats in olive oil aid absorption of the fat-soluble vitamin D and omega-3s. Plus, olive oil itself has anti-inflammatory properties. It's a synergistic combination. Sardines are also rich in CoQ10.
Which is for energy production in the cells.
Exactly. Muscle cell energy. Like the spark plug. Levels decline with age, so getting it from food is great. And again, those soft, edible bones provide gentle calcium and phosphorus for muscle contractions. Tiny fish. Massive benefits.
Incredible. What a lineup. Ricotta, watermelon, salmon, eggs, kefir, beans, beets, sardines, all doing so much more than just providing protein. Okay, so for our listeners, how do we pull this all together? How can someone actually start eating like this without it feeling complicated?
It's actually simpler and tastier than you might think. Imagine this kind of day. Maybe start with whole eggs cooked with some spinach or peppers, mid-morning, a little bowl of ricotta with berries.
Yeah.
Lunch could be a big salad with black beans, lots of colorful veggies, maybe some avocado, olive oil dressing. Afternoon, especially if you were active, some refreshing watermelon.
Sure.
Dinner, maybe canned salmon flakes tossed with quinoa and roasted beets, or sardines on whole grain toast with greens. And then before bed, that small glass of kefir to work its magic overnight.
That sounds really good, actually.
Yeah.
And it's not like a super strict diet plan, right? It's more like a template encouraging variety.
Exactly. Mix and match. The point is incorporating these powerful foods regularly. It really boils down to a choice, doesn't it? You can keep chasing the latest expensive powder, dealing with the chalky taste and the stomach issues, maybe still losing ground, or
you embrace these delicious, real foods that work with your body. Foods that support not just muscle, but overall vitality, strength, independence, enjoying your meals while getting stronger.
that's the choice, working with your body's natural design, not against it.
What a fantastic deep dive. The big takeaway feels crystal clear. Real, whole foods pack a punch for muscle health that goes so far beyond just protein grams. Powders just can't replicate that natural complexity.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? So the question for you listening is, what's one simple, enjoyable change you could make today? Maybe swap that shake for some ricotta, add some beans to your salad, try sardines. Think about how your body is built to thrive on these foods. Every meal is an opportunity. You don't need a lab to build strength. Your kitchen pantry might just hold the key.